Welcome to the Joe Monroe Show. Now, here's your host, Joe Monroe.
Hello, pro wrestling fans. Welcome back to a brand new episode of the Joe Monroe Show. It is I, Joe Monroe, and it's Wednesday, so you know today's recap day. And today we're going to recap the events that happened this past Saturday, March the 16th, when TCW and UCW returned to the Aspire Center in Monticello, Kentucky. But first, let's go ahead and plug some sponsors here. We want to thank our friends at Phenomenal Fonz ATL for their long-time sponsorship. If you need anything retro, go check them out. Also, we want to thank our partners TCW and UCW as they bring back professional wrestling as it should be. And Les Murphy Painting. If you need any help with painting needs, contact Les Murphy. All right, let's get on with the show. And thank you all again for sponsoring the Joe Monroe Show. And we will continue to grow this show together. Now, let's go ahead and get into it. So, first match we had the TCW Television Championship Qualifier match between Evil Eric Porter and Charles Colton. Now, great match. Charles had Eric beat, but Eric had a little bit of help, and I actually have footage and proof of it. Take a look. Yet again, Brandon T. Wilson making wrestling the way it should be, as it should, or whatever he says. I mean, personally, I think he just sees it the way he wants to see it and doesn't care what anybody else thinks. And honestly, it's not the correct way, but hey, who am I to judge? But next match we have going on is a tag team match. We had Travis Liddell and Kevin Sinclair going up against Christopher Matthews and Marty Clay. Now, I kind of feel sorry for Christopher Matthews' knee at this point because both Travis Liddell and Kevin Sinclair went directly for that hurt knee. And luckily, and honestly, not shockingly, I should say, Kevin Sinclair left Travis Liddell hanging. He walked away yet again. After picking up a victory in Ferguson, he walks away. Why? Because he knew he couldn't win. But I kind of feel bad for Travis, but then again, I don't. But Christopher Matthews and Marty Clay was able to pick up the victory. Now, third match we have. Before we get into that, I just want to say something real quick. I'm getting about sick of the embarrassment. I'm getting about sick of being someone's little whipping post. I'm sick of it. Because this crap happened yet again before this match. He thinks he can do this. Brandon T. Wilson, just because he thinks he's the promoter and owner of Triple Crown Wrestling, he can do whatever the heck he wants to. But no, he makes me come out there with a little, what's that, a bingo thing, a little wheel that they call bingo numbers in. Had a bunch of tickets in it. And this ticket thing, it was going to name Tony Corral's opponent, which is the next match. And surprisingly, we had a good friend of mine, Party Man Cam, return. But as I looked into it, all the tickets said Party Man Cam. It was rigged yet again. So, this bullcrap has got to stop. TCW board, I am telling you, make this crap stop. Because if you don't, it's just going to feed his power hunger even more. But that's enough of me preaching about that crap. But I give credit to Party Man Cam. He tried his best to defeat Tony Corral, but it just wasn't enough to beat Tony. And Tony was able to pick up the victory. And quite honestly, I think they just, rigged it to give Tony yet another sure win. That's just me. But the next match we have is for the UCW Southern States Championship. We had Chris Crow, who I'm still highly upset, about, especially what happened in Caverna, Chris. What the heck, man? And going up against champion Brandon Wolf. Now, great match, but something that I think kind of odd. Given Chris Crow's actions recently, him and Brandon have like this mutual respect when it comes to in-ring action. And unfortunately, it ended in a draw. There was no winner. But the mutual respect between them is... I think that's pro wrestling there. Because I think in professional wrestling, you have to have a mutual respect. Whether you love or hate your opponent, there's that mutual respect between each other. And I think we've seen that between Chris Crow and Brandon Wolf. But unfortunately, there was no winner, so we'll move on to the main event, which is for the USWF heavyweight title. It's championship versus hair. We have the champion, Sexy Stan Sierra, going up against the headliner, Chris Michaels. If Chris Michaels loses, he loses his hair. So in other words, Stan wanted to create, I guess, a version of himself, since Stan has no hair. I don't know. But luckily for Chris Michaels, though, he was able to pick up the victory and is now not only the UCW Ultimate Champion, but the USWF Heavyweight Champion. So now he is a double heavyweight champion. So congratulations to the headliner, Chris Michaels. And yeah, Stan was not really happy about what happened because, you know, Stan tried to win the Stan way, and it really didn't work out for him. So, there you go. But that was the recap, folks. I want to remind you of some things that's coming up here on the Joe, not only on the Joe Monroe Show, but the next upcoming event. We will be back April 6th in Ferguson, Kentucky, when TCW returns for great pro wrestling action. Now, regarding the show, this Saturday, we are hosting a very special trivia night with, you know, yours truly, as an appreciation to you, the fans, for you helping reach the 500 mark on followers on Facebook. We're currently at, I want to say, 521. So we're growing. We're going to keep on growing. We're going to keep on pushing. And to be honest with you, nobody does what we do. That's why we're number one. Hands down. No argument there. A lot of people want to argue about it now, but sorry, we're one. Get over it. And next month, we are going to have the Podcasters Appreciation Month, which means we're still going to do recaps like this, but as far as like the history of pro wrestling or any toy reviews or anything like that, that's going to be put on hold for now until the month of May, and we will be able to pick it back up. But next week is going to be a bye week. We're going to take a little bit of time off. I'm going to spend some time with my family and everything. And the first week of April, I may throw up a toy. We're going to probably throw up a toy review or a collection review of some sort dealing with professional wrestling. If you want to see something in particular, let me know in the comments below. But other than that, all I got to say is stay safe and always support professional wrestling. Take care, everyone.
You've been listening to the Joe Monroe Show with Joe Monroe. Don't forget to like and subscribe.